Well, hello. My name is Reverend Dr. Tresmaine Grimes. I'm the founder of Sarah's Daughters Ministries Incorporated, and I'm also an OurPrayer volunteer. I've been volunteering for about 2 years using the online prayer response system, and I'll tell you what that is. That is when I go online, log on as a volunteer, there are prayers that are already waiting there. And what I do is I get on the system and pray for people. Type in a prayer in response to their need. And it has been a blessing for the past 2 years to do this. I got started in the online responses to prayer because I was attending a conference for Reverend Dr. Susan Johnson Cook, and her Women in Ministry conference hosted actually the OurPrayer team. And so there were members of the team, Dr. Peola Hicks, Lemuel Brockett, who were there to encourage us to join in the prayer network. And I decided when I heard about it that it would really be a worthwhile thing to do. Very simple because it wasn't on the phone. I didn't have to have a specific time when I picked up the phone and promised to be there. My schedule being a little bit crazy, I felt like the online version would be better for me. And so I did it. And I can tell you it's been a real blessing to my life ever since. One of the things that it helps you do, I think, as a volunteer is come to grips with the fact that you're really okay and that your life is really blessed, because when you see some of the needs that people have, it will help you to pull yourself together and say, okay, God, things are not as bad as I really thought. My life is okay, and I'm privileged to be as well as I am. Everything is on the prayer request. Physical problems, mental problems, family problems, financial problems, homelessness, unemployment, anything you can think of, it's out there on the prayer line. And so as a volunteer, it's really blessed me to be able to give to someone else that time of love in prayer. Truthfully, I don't know of anything more important than prayer, because there's nothing that can really shake many of the things that people are dealing with but prayer. You know, the scripture tells us that we're not wrestling with flesh and blood, but with principalities and powers and the rulers of the darkness of this world, spiritual wickedness in high places. Scripture also tells us that the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but they're mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds, and can cast down every imagination and high thing that would exalt itself against the knowledge of God. And so our prayer is the thing that can overturn the spiritual battles that people are facing. Sometimes we make the mistake of saying, all I can do is pray. And the truth of the matter is, that's all we need to do is pray. That the advocate that we have in the Father is the one who's going to solve the problems. We don't usually have the solution, but he always does. So I recommend it to you. Anyone out there, you don't have to be a minister. You don't have to have a title or a position. In fact, I think one of the richest things you can do with your faith is put it into use. So some of you who are sitting in the pews and you don't have a call to usher or sing or do anything you think important, the most important thing you can do, get up, join in. We need all the help we can get. There are so many needs, and the harvest is white. Please consider becoming a volunteer for OurPrayer. God bless you. I look forward to meeting you one day as an OurPrayer volunteer, and I hope you'll consider it, and I hope you'll do it. God bless you, everyone.